The night his boat disappeared. Arjun didn't cry. He didn't run. He just stood there, bare feet in cold sand, watching the darkness swallow the only thing he owned. No money, no backup, no plan, just wind, just waves, just silence. His wife was asleep inside. His son didn't know yet. And somewhere in that black ocean was every rupee, every hope, every year of his life. He should have sold it when he had the chance. Everyone told him so. But he didn't, and now it was gone. He thought the sea had taken everything. What he didn't know was that it had just made room. Arjun was 42, fisherman, eastern coast of India. Small village where the waves never slept and neither did the gossip. Rough hands, quiet mouth, eyes that had seen enough to stop being surprised. He lived with his wife Meera, the kind of woman who never asked for much but carried everything. And his son Rohan, 16, restless, always watching the horizon like it owed him something. They had one boat, old, wooden, patched so many times it wore its scars like a map. But it worked, and it was theirs. Arjun had one belief he'd never explained to anyone, because no one would have listened anyway. The sea never makes a mistake. People called it lazy thinking, an excuse for not trying harder. He never argued back. He just fished, and waited, and watched. The agent arrived on a Tuesday morning. Silk shirt, leather shoes, a smile that had practiced itself in mirrors. He looked at Arjun's boat the way men with money look at things they've already decided to buy. "Name your price," he said. "I'll double it." The number he offered was real, the kind of money that changes the shape of a family's future. New house, school fees, safety. The village gathered to watch. This was the escape they'd always wanted for Arjun, proof that patience pays off. But Arjun shook his head. "This boat is not for sale." The agent's smile didn't break. It just went cold. "You'll regret this," he said, quietly, like a fact. He left. The village didn't. They stayed behind to laugh. 3 nights later, the sky forgot itself. No warning, no color shift, no time to prepare. The storm came like something angry, waves stacking on top of waves, wind that sounded like screaming. The whole coast shook. By morning, Arjun's boat was gone. Not damaged, not beached somewhere down the coast. Gone. Meera sat in the doorway with her hands in her lap and didn't say anything. That silence was worse than crying. Rohan finally asked what everyone was thinking. "Was selling it the right choice, Baba?" Arjun didn't answer right away. He looked at the sea for a long time. Then, maybe it was never ours to keep. 4 days later, the boat came back. Not in pieces, not wrecked. It drifted to shore like it had simply been on a trip. But it wasn't empty. Inside, sealed containers, emergency supplies, a working radio, food packs stamped with a cargo vessel's name, a ship that had gone down in that same storm, 40 miles out. The village watched Arjun quietly unload what the sea had returned. "Lucky," someone said. Arjun looked up. Not luck, timing, but the sea wasn't finished with him. A few weeks later, Rohan was finally ready for his first real fishing trip. He'd been waiting for it for months, asking every morning, packing the night before. He never made it to the water, a loose plank near the pier. One wrong step. Rohan went down hard, and the sound of his leg breaking was something Arjun would not forget. Weeks of pain, weeks of stillness. No movement, no sea, no horizon to stare at. The village murmured again. Bad fate follows that family. One night, Rohan asked, quietly, half asleep from the pain, "Why me, Baba? Why now?" Arjun held his son's hand in both of his. "Maybe the sea stopped you. For a reason you can't see yet." Rohan didn't believe him. "Not then." Kurit. 2 weeks later, government boats arrived at the village. Urgent mission. A rescue operation gone wrong, far out at sea. Survivors stranded, weather turning again. They needed strong young men, fast. They took the strongest ones from the village, young men who could swim, who knew the water, who were ready. Rohan's friends went, boys he fished with, laughed with, grew up with. The mission turned deadly. The sea claimed some of them. The ones who returned came back changed, quieter, older, eyes somewhere else. The village fell into a grief that had no ceremony. And Rohan was still in bed. His broken leg had kept him exactly where he needed to be. That night, he didn't say anything to Arjun for a long time. Then, barely a whisper, "Baba, I understand now." Arjun looked at the sea, the same sea that had taken his boat, returned his boat, broken his son's leg, saved his son's life. "We only see one wave," he said. "Life sees the whole ocean." The storm returned again that same night, fiercer than before, like it wanted to make a point. But this time, Arjun walked to the shore toward it. He stood there, wind hitting his face, spray soaking his shirt, and he didn't flinch, didn't pray, didn't bargain. For the first time in 42 years, he stopped asking the sea for things. He just accepted it. All of it. The losses, the returns, the broken things that turned out to be shields. There was something in that moment that looked, from the outside, like a man being defeated, but it wasn't. It was something rarer. It was a man finally letting go. Rohan healed slowly. The leg mended. The limp faded, almost completely. But the boy who came back from that bed wasn't the same one who'd fallen on the pier. He didn't want to fish anymore. He wanted to rescue. He joined the coastal emergency teams, learned signals, learned first aid, learned to read weather the way his father read the sea, not with instruments, but with patience. The broken leg had redirected him, not destroyed him. And Arjun, he used the recovered supplies to rebuild, traded the radio for a better boat, traded the better boat eventually for something more stable. He stopped asking why. He started asking, what now? It was a small shift in language. It changed everything. Years passed. The village still talked about that storm, but differently now. Not as the year of destruction, as the year things rearranged themselves into something none of them had planned. Rohan became known along the coast, the quiet one, the careful one, the one who always showed up. He saved lives from the same ocean that once nearly took his own. And Arjun, he grew quieter, calmer. The kind of calm that doesn't come from having easy answers. It comes from learning to live well without them. People stopped calling him careless. They started asking him things. Maybe right now something in your life feels like a loss, a door that closed, a plan that failed, something you wanted badly that simply didn't happen, and you're calling it a disaster. But what if you're standing too close? What if you're looking at one wave and calling it the whole ocean? The sea Arjun trusted didn't explain itself. It never does, but it knew something he didn't, and it was already moving in his favor, even when it looked like it was taking everything away. If this story reached you today, share it with someone who's in the middle of a storm right now. They might need to hear this. Subscribe to the Wisdom Story. New wisdom every week.